It's your man JayGravesReport, and welcome to the College Football Weekly Preview, Week 12, presented by your good neighbor State Farm agent Ravi R. Murray, located 3955 Eagle Creek Parkway, Indianapolis, or hit your boy up at 317-297-3804 so you can holler at your boy. Now, let's get right to it. Previewing the top 5 ball games of the weekend, so let's get right to it. Now, we got a big ball game coming on tonight. Huge ball game down in Houston. We got number 5, Louisville, goes down to play Houston. Now, Houston isn't ranked, but they 8-2. Boys are rolling. This might be the trap game for these boys. Now, before we even talk about this game, I told you boys last week when all the foolishness went down, when 2, 3, and 4 hit the bricks, I told you it wasn't going to be that much movement. You had Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, and Clemson finished off. A lot of boys are upset that Louisville is not in the top 4. Now, I told you boys before, Louisville can't get in the top 4 unless Clemson falls apart, because Clemson got the head-to-head. Beat them fair and square, head-to-head. So now, everybody's worrying about Houston, Louisville getting into this ball, into the top 4. They ain't even going to get in, bro, because they going to wet the bed tonight. A lot of boys, everybody hollering and screaming and complaining that they not in. They gonna wet the bed tonight because Houston is rolling. They 8-2. They got an attitude. They about to do their thing. And think about this. Louisville needed a 34-point fourth quarter to beat Wake Forest last week. So what that means is these boys dripping a little bit. You know how boy use the bathroom in his underwear, but don't really get it on the mattress. That's what they did last week. They got it on. They barely got out the bed without getting anything on the bed. This weekend they gonna fall apart, wet the bed, belly up, and we ain't gonna have to hear nothing else about Louisville. Reason I say that is the 12th week of the season. Louisville is a good program, but they don't have the depth that all the major programs have. So there's a difference between the first team all the way down to the second and third team. It's got to play more because boys are starting to get gimped up, etc. So now, they fall apart tonight. We ain't got to worry about Louisville ever again. Now, let's move on and I know boys want to see Lamar Jackson, but this isn't a reality TV show, bro. This is college football. I know you want to see him play, but they're going to wet the bed and we don't have to worry about them. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, we got Indiana going out to number 3, Michigan, to play the Michigan Wolverines. Now, here's the deal. Michigan comes into this ball game with Wilton Speight questionable. Now, one report says that he broke his collarbone. He out for the season. Old Doug Jim Harbaugh, booger-eating Jim Harbaugh, telling boys he week to week. We don't know what to think because that done got on full cleats, set that on the sideline eating boogers. So I don't know what to believe. But here's the deal: even with Jordan Speight out, they got a cat, John O'Corn, that could play the ball game. Michigan runs the football very well. So all they have to do is run the football. Indiana can't hold water, can't stop a nosebleed. So all they're going to do is eat up the clock, burn the clock up. Michigan got the number 1 defense in America. They number 1 in scoring defense, pass defense, total defense. So I don't see Indiana being able to go in there and beat them, even if they don't have a quarterback. The problem Michigan runs into is next week when they have to go out to Columbus and play them boys down there. But this weekend, they should be able to get out of there alive, and Jim Harbaugh can just stack the boogers for next week. Now, let's move on to the next ball game. We got number 22, Washington State, going out to play number 10, Colorado. Now, here's the funny thing about this. Both these teams been dull for years. Now, all of a sudden, they sitting on or near the top of the Pac-12 division. So, Mike Leach is over at Washington State. He brought the whole air raid attack from Texas Tech, got these boys rolling. They 8-2, but they gonna be without senior wide receiver River Cracraft. This cat has been their man, but their quarterback Luke Falk is second nationally in passing yards with 361 yards per game. He's gonna take a hit to some degree. But I think that Colorado doesn't have what it takes. They number 10 right now, but they haven't seen the air raid attack. You know, these Duns are doing good just to be where they are. Matter of fact, they just like the Golden Gopher. Remember I said a couple of weeks ago, the Golden Gopher was at the airport waiting. He just hanging around at the baggage claim, just hanging around waiting to go to a bowl game. That's what's happening with the Cougar. That's what's happening with Colorado. The Buff is standing out at the airport waiting on the boy because he don't care if they win this game or not. They 8-2, bruh. For the first 5 years they were in this conference, they only won 5 conference games. So the fact they 8-2, they ain't gonna put a whole lot of effort into this ball game. Washington State wins this ball game. We move on to the next ball game. Now we got number 9, OU. Goes out to play number 14, West Virginia. Now, the Big 12 is done. They out of the mix when it comes to the college football playoff because the potential winner of the Big 12, which is Oklahoma, got 2 losses. Matter of fact, West Virginia got 2 losses. So whoever wins the ball game is not going to get in the final 4 because the Big 12 is done right now. Last time these 2 teams played, neither one of them played defense. I mean, matter of fact, tomorrow they're going to show up and both the defenses are still going to be in the hotel playing video games because, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Back in October, Oklahoma went out to Texas Tech and gave up 854 yards of total offense. They ended up winning a ball game 66-59. Over the last 3 ball games, everybody keeps hollering and screaming about Oklahoma's defense has gotten better and they turned it around. They turned the corner. Bruh, they ain't played nobody. They played Kansas, Iowa State, and Baylor. Baylor is still trying to figure out who going to be the coaches next year. Don't even worry about it, bruh. Oklahoma can't play an ounce of defense. West Virginia can't play an ounce of defense. Only deal is Oklahoma will probably win this ball game because every time they get together, they put up 1,000 points, and West Virginia can't figure out how to win. It comes down to who has the ball last in this ball game. Oklahoma wins this ball game just by a smidgen, and they're going to both put up about 50 points. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, this is the ball game everybody been waiting on. You got number 23, Florida. Finally goes down to play number 16, LSU. Now, if you remember, 42 days ago, both these Duns were supposed to play, and Hurricane Matthew came through. So now they got to play. They playing the game at LSU as opposed to Florida, 600 miles away. 42 days later, Florida runs into this ball game with problems. First of all, they're not playing at the crib. Second of all, they got 7 starters out with injuries. It's gonna be a problem. They got a lot of pressure on their back because if they win this ball game, they win the SEC East, and then they go on to play Alabama in the SEC championship. If they lose this ball game, then it might be done. They can still win the SEC East. However, they gotta hope that Tennessee loses this week against Mizzou or next week against Vandy. That ain't gonna happen, bro. Tennessee ain't gonna lose both those games. So what's gonna happen? Either of those games. So what's gonna have to happen is Florida has to win this ball game in order to go to the SEC championship, and that ain't gonna happen, bro. So now, because Ed Orgeron got these boys rolling, LSU is 4-1. They putting in work, and they gonna win this ball game at the crib. Now, here's the deal. This is one thing that boys have missed. Every year about this time, when everybody else is scrambling, trying to win conference championships, trying to put themselves in playoff position, etc., the SEC always go out and get cupcakes. If this ball game would have been played when it was supposed to be played 42 days ago without the hurricane, Florida would be playing South Alabama this weekend, and LSU would be playing Presbyterian College. That's a bunch of duns that hang out with me. My age, bruh. This is the foolishness I'm talking about that the SEC does. Alabama got Alabama A&M this weekend, bruh. Come on, bruh. That's the foolishness I'm talking about. While you got teams like Louisville and Ohio State, Michigan, all these dudes still trying to stay alive and play meaningful ball games, down in the SEC taking a smoke break. It's your man, Jay Graves Report from the JayGravesReport.com, or you can hit me up on Twitter at JayGravesReport so you can holler at your boy. And always remember that this segment is presented by your good neighbor State Farm agent Robbie R. Murray. located 3955 Eagle Creek Parkway, Indianapolis, or hit your boy up at 317-297-3804 so you can holler at your boy.